Okay, this is my persuasive speech. These are the two people that will be watching. Him and him will be watching. Um, this is the professional outfit I will be wearing, and I guess we'll start. Okay. All right. I feel like when I hear people say all the time, I'll start investing when I have more money, or when I'll graduate, or like when I have life figured out. And honestly, I understand why people think that way. When you're in college, you're probably not thinking about retirement. You're thinking about classes, work, food, gas, bills, and sometimes even sports. And investing can also seem like something that's meant for people who are older and already making a lot of money, or people who know what they're doing. But I think that's the wrong way to look at it. College is one of the best times to start investing because we have something that older people can't get back, and that's time. I actually started investing when I was 18, and I'm not sitting here saying I'm an expert investor because I'm absolutely not. But I've been able to watch the money I put in grow, and my investments have grown by around $1,000. And seeing that happen while I'm still in college has made me realize how much of a difference starting early can make. College students should start investing before they graduate because starting early gives your money more time to grow. It helps you build better financial habits and can give you more financial freedom in the future. So today I'm going to be talking about why starting early matters, how investing can help you become better with money, and why starting now can make things easier later on. Um, so let's talk about the biggest advantage we have as college students, and that's time. Obviously, starting earlier gives your money more time to grow. The biggest reason I think college students should start investing is something called compound growth. Basically, your money can make money, and then that money can potentially make more money. So instead of only making money on the amount you originally invested, your previous gains can also start contributing to future growth. According to Fidelity Investments, the earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to potentially benefit from compounding. And this is where starting young can make a huge difference. For example, let's say someone starts investing at 25 and someone else waits until they're 35. They're both trying to build the same amount of money for retirement, but the person who started at 25 has an extra 10 years for their money to potentially grow. InvestorGov gives an example where, assuming a 7% average return, which is the average annual return for the S&P 500, um, and if you're starting at 25, you'd only need to invest around $418 a month to reach 1 million by age 65. And then someone who waits until 35 would need around $883 a month. Obviously, that's a huge difference. And obviously, 7% isn't guaranteed. The stock market goes up and down, and you can lose money. But the point of the example isn't that you're guaranteed to make $1 million. The point is that starting earlier can mean you don't have to put as much money away every single month later on. And you don't have to be rich to start. You can start with $20. You can start with $50. The SEC also explains that InvestorGov, that regular investing, even small amounts, can help people build wealth over a long period of time. So I don't think the goal for college students should be to become rich right now. Their goal should just to get started. If you start with a small amount now, why not give yourself that head start? Um, but investing isn't just about growing money. It can also grow the way, or it can also change the way you handle money in general. One thing I've noticed since I started investing is that I pay more attention to where my money is going. Before you start investing, it can be pretty easy to get paid and think, okay, what can I buy? But once you start putting money towards your future, you start thinking a little differently. You might get paid and think, okay, I want to spend some of this, but I also want to save some and invest some. And I think that's a really good habit to develop while you're still young. And according to Charles Schwab, developing good money habits involves things like creating financial goals, saving consistently, and being intentional about how you use your money. And investing can make that a lot easier because you can automate the whole process. For example, instead of having to remember every month to invest, you can set it up as an automatic contribution. Vanguard recommends automatic investing as one way to stay consistent, instead of constantly trying to decide when the perfect time to invest is. And honestly, I think that's important because none of us have time to sit around and watch the stock market all day. We're college students, we have other things to do. You can set up a certain amount to automatically go in your investment account. That's what I do. And then basically leave it alone. Um, and personally, I've started seeing how much easier it is when I treat investing like another like subscription. I don't see it as money. I I don't look at the money. I just invest it, and I just can't spend it. I look at it as I'm putting it towards my future, and that's one of the biggest things that investing has taught me. I start thinking more about what can I buy right now, and more about or not. I start thinking less about what I can buy right now, and more about what this can do for me. And you're basically paying your future self. And I think that's something a lot of college students could benefit from. But a big thing is you don't have to change like going out with your friends or doing anything like that. Um, it's just a small amount every every month, every week, and this leads to my last point, which is probably the biggest reason why I think it's important is investing can give you more in the future, can give you more freedom in the future. After college, life gets expensive. You want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to travel, and maybe you just want to retire early. And according to FINRA, investing can be an important part of planning for long-term financial goals, including things like retirement and major purchases. And the earlier you start, the more time you have to work towards these goals. And if you think about it that way, if you graduate college and you've been investing for 2 or 3 years, you're not starting from zero. And starting early doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you need to know exactly what stock to buy. It doesn't even mean you have to throw every single dollar you have in the market, but you still need money for bills. You gotta eat. Um, if you have high interest debt, you need to deal with that too. Investor Gov recommends considering your financial situation. Sorry, emergency savings, debt goals, and risk before investing. So I'm not saying it goes before anything else, but I'm saying that if you can handle your current responsibilities, putting a small amount towards your future can be well worth your time. And it doesn't have to stay the same amount forever. It can be $20, it can be 100 later on in life. Just starting it at all is perfect. So, in conclusion, college students should start investing before they graduate because starting early gives your money more time to grow, helps you build better financial habits, and gives you more options in the future. And today we talked about why time is so important with compound growth. We also talked about how investing can help you become more disciplined with your money. And we also talked about how starting now can make it easier to reach your financial goals. So, thank you.